Here it is. My son's girlfriend, her father had this in their garage. The kids brought it home last night, and they want me to fix it up, get it going, so they've got something to ride around the island here. So I've aired up the tires just so it's rollable. I'm going to give it a quick pressure wash, I guess, and just start from there. Clean it up before I touch it, and we'll do a compression test. And I've got the battery on charge right now, and we'll wash it all up. I think the VIN or the year model number is somewhere located by this rear tire, but it's so filthy. I have the fuel tank out of it right now. I'm gonna wash it out, but we're just gonna give it a quick wash, and then we'll start going over some stuff. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. So they made these puppies from 1979 to 1986, the gas version, and the electric was 1980 to 1989. Oh, let me see. Oh, this battery is taking a charge. Okay. I'll test that with a voltmeter later. Yes, I'm wearing pajama pants because I'm gonna get filthy here. All right, let's cover up some stuff. Take a zip tie. Listen to that. There we go. I wonder if it'll run like that. Okay, so protected. Air filters out of it, so I'm going to blast in there, and then I'll shop back it out. I want to be careful blasting this with water. The parts are all hard to get. I'm ADD, so I go all over the place. I don't really pick one spot. Actually cleaned up quite nice. You'll see here in a minute. I'll rinse it off, but at least we know what we're working with now. And then we're going to dial this puppy in. I'm not sure on the governor yet. Probably remove it, but let's get it running solid first. So I'll let the sun get on this and dry it off. I'm probably going to grab my leaf blower and hit these. Actually pretty clean. Well, so far. In there. There you go. Oh, it's got a bit of a fuel smell to it, but closer to Varsol. Battery's on charge. Electrical's all dried out. What we're gonna do is I'll pull the line from the fuel pump, roll it over and see if it pukes out fuel. Then we can check the fuel pump, make sure it's working. All right, we'll take the plug out, do a compression test, also check for spark at the same time. We're probably going to pull that carburetor off and give it a good clean inside, clean the jets, and get it back together, get the fuel lines hooked up, and see if we can get this little baby to come to life. Slide that away. Now, you want to be gentle. You want to be gentle, because this boot here, you never want to really pry on it because this rubber gets really old over time. This one looks like it's in mint shape. like to check the reeds in that thing too, but let's just focus on the carburetor, get it apart, see how filthy it is or not, and get it back on. Let's put this upside down, knowing that the float needle can probably just slide out at any time. Okay, so you know what? Let's go. It's not that dirty. Pull the straw off your WD-40. That pushes the pin. Place the pin. Lift up on the float. Needle and seat stay in there. Okay. Remove this. Should be a gasket under there. There is. The tip is still there. That's good. Let's check in here. Orifices here. Make sure. Don't lose the gasket. Okay. Okay. Flathead. Let's take out this jet. There we go. This puppy here. All right. So give it a clean. Set it down. There we go. Okay. Really wasn't that dirty, but we'll see how this goes. The needle back through like that, lined up, checking to make sure. Just snug it. This half-inch drive's a bit overkill, but WD-40 up the linkages. Now, the other thing I want to check is the air fuel screw here. So we're going to see how many turns it is out by seating it and then backing it back out. The plug looked like it was running a little bit lean. So we're going to go half a turn, a full turn, one and a quarter turns. So go back to the quarter and go half full. There we go. Huh. Well, 1 1/4 seems like it's all right. You'd think it's usually 1 1/2 to 2 turns out. I'll have to look into it, but somewhat carefully get that back on. Right there, I think. Drop the pin in. Get the choke cable back in. Oh, I should grab my impact. Now, the linkage for the carburetor right here. Can't do this one-handed. Maybe I can. There we go. We got linkage. I'm gonna replace this fuel line because it's all cracked. Get some WD-40 on these clamps. Okay. There we go. That's off. Let's swap that out. Just hit this fuel line with a bit of WD-40, make sure it's clean. I've got some return line from one of my jet skis. Make sure it's clean. Get that to slip over because that's quite the... There we go. Okay. It's a pretty snug fit, so let's see. There we go. This fuel line is so snug on here that I don't really need to use a rusty old hose clamp. So now this is where I would swap in a decent filter. Okay, after the SD card got full, I got way too busy. So the battery's fully charged. I'm just throwing this in at the end of the video because, yeah. All right, let's get back to this. So my son's picking up the top of the air filter, air box lid that goes on that seals this, and the hose that actually goes into the car, because this is pretty mandatory to have this closed off so that you don't run it too lean, doesn't get too much air. Fuel tank has been re-strapped down using some old straps from one of my stand-up jet skis. So this tank's been all cleaned. The fuel line, brand new fuel line, the original filter. I just have the fuel line sitting in this 2-stroke mix bottle here, mixed at 100 to 1. This oil injection I don't think is working. I did everything to check it, ran it up on jack stands, tried to see if I could get a pulse out of it, and it's nothing. It's still connected, but this thing's just a screamer and it's running off this mixed bottle. I'm going to pick up some fuel today, mix it, and then go back to using the real gas jug. What else did we do? We removed the governor. So we made up this plate, moved one of the bolts, drilled a hole in this plate, mounted it back onto one of the mounting bolts for the intake boot, drilled a hole through it up here, used the original throttle bracket. I'm running the throttle cable now direct straight over into this, and now the governor is removed. I've kept this on here because I know if I remove it, I'll probably lose it, and if I ever want to put it back to stock. So this is jerry-rigged here with a zip tie just to keep the governor from flopping around. I'll sort that so it's not so skittish after, but right now it's just direct cable, and I get a full pull. What else happened when this cut off? I removed the exhaust and I blew through it with a shop vac and was getting pretty good flow, so it doesn't seem to be restricted. Now there's an exhaust valve on this side. I have it held all the way open by running a return spring on this throttle cable, so when I push, it's just a backup safety to make sure the idle goes back down, but it's connected to the exhaust valve here, so it's sort of pulling both at the same time. Anyways, I clocked this at 22 miles an hour, and it runs amazing. Put it forward, cold, so choke. Just let it warm up a bit before I quick. So there's a General E G1 Yamaha, back to life, runs like a champ. Thanks for watching.